Aaron kind of made it seem like you stood on the table to get Zeke started. I don't know if that's right, but like, what went into Zeke becoming a starter this week?
Yeah, Coach talks about it often about getting fresh legs on the field, and as a defense, as a defensive line coach, it's important for us to have that next man mentality, next man ready. And so as much as we can, we want to make sure that we're keeping guys fresh and rotating in and getting them experience. And but to ultimately to play, you got to show us that you're dependable. And Zeke's a guy that's always been dependable in this program, having played multiple positions, as you know. He's very intelligent, and he has playmaking ability. And so we didn't hesitate as a defensive staff, Coach Henry and myself, to put him out there in the moment that we needed him for him to execute. He played 49 snaps, and he produced. And so it was awesome to see that for him.
What does he give you that you guys need?
Yeah, he gives us veteran experience. A guy that played a lot of game reps over the years here at Illinois, and he packs some power and speed. So he has some pass rush ability as well, and leveraging the quarterback, just understanding how the quarterback can escape out of the pocket, and so just awareness.
What's led to this for TeRah? Like just this season, I know it's been a long build up for him, but what do you think has led to this success?
Yeah, I think for TeRah, just a guy that lives the tough, smart, dependable DNA that our guys want our guys to embody, and ultimately, if you come through this program and you buy in to Coach B's messages, and the strength conditioning program and nutrition, and just doing the stacking days each and every day, it's going to come to fruition. And for TeRah, this is his third season, and for him to play the way he's playing at a high level, it's a testament to him. Just his focus on the finer details of the fundamentals. So it's just been paying off for him. It's been awesome.
JMO, it was hard not to notice the amount of guys you played consistently on Saturday, and it seemed like that doesn't happen if they don't have good weeks of practice. So guys like, Pat Farrell, guys like Alex Bray, Jeremiah Warren, we're constantly rotated in a physical game like that. It just seemed like you have a lot of confidence in those guys.
Yeah, and practice habits become game day reality. So what happens is we get them in practice. Those guys get confident. We get confident as coaches to put them in those situations, and ultimately, it's trust. And so just proud of the way those guys executed the game plan, and it's good to continuously build confidence with our guys and experience reps, so that when they get in, they're not skipping a beat. There's no drop off.
When with the way that you like to play your guys from a depth perspective, when Johnny and Keith walk out the door on from August 1st to now, how pleased have you been with the overall progression of especially those younger guys? Yeah,
really just, the word that comes to mind is gratitude, man. I'm just thankful that I have a group of young men that's willing to be coached, and so that are coachable, very intelligent. They can take the film room, the meeting room, the notes to the field. And so when you have a group of guys that you can trust, and I want to put them in those situations, as many situations as possible, and it's fun to see that they're capable of handling it from a composure standpoint and an ability standpoint.
Did your heart kind of drop when you saw Briggs kind of on the ground? I mean, he's had so much bad injury luck his entire career. He came back, but I know mine did, because I was like, damn it, like that kid, I want that kid to stay healthy.
Yeah, I said a quick prayer for him, and I'm just thankful that he was fine. He's banged up. Anytime we have those situations where a young man goes down, we let the medical team do their job, and to make sure those guys are fully healthy. We don't never want to put them in harm's danger, put them in a situation where they can get injured or something can become worse. And so as soon as JB told me he was clear, and he told me himself he was ready to go, and got him another opportunity to kind of get that sack opportunity.
Sure.
And finish off that next time. So, but also to highlight in that situation, guys like Bray and Zeke willing and able and to step in and execute in that moment, and TeRah to be a rock and anchor in the inside for us.
I know going from edge rusher to your room isn't completely foreign, but what was your plan for Zeke when he walked into your room permanently and you knew you were going to have it?
Honestly, I had my eyes on Zeke for a long time. I recruited him when I was at Texas Tech. I tried to get him there, and he committed to Illinois on his visit. And so when I got here in the see Zeke and Calvin Airy, both of those guys I offered when I was at Texas Tech. But I always liked Zeke as a football player, and was happy to see him produce as an outside linebacker. And when there was an opportunity to kind of help us on the defensive line with some depth and a guy that can play with some speed and power like Zeke, I was excited about lobbying for him to get in the room. And he's a very intelligent football player, on and off the field. So to have him in the room has been great. It's been awesome.
Coach B, on Monday, I asked him about your development, with your room. Called you the best D-line coach in America. You've been with him for so long. Just what have you learned from him being on his staff that has allowed you to progress in your career?
Yeah, what I've learned, the biggest takeaway that I've learned from Coach B is don't get bored. Don't get bored doing good. And so be consistent. And so for Coach, that's all he asks is really is to be consistent. If he can depend on you, if he can expect, if he knows where you're going to be, you're going to provide some notes for your meeting, so he knows what you're going to go over with your players. He knows what to expect in terms of practice, how your guys are going to practice, the intensity in which they're going to practice. If he knows what to expect, then he has trust. He doesn't have to worry, and so. And that's one of the greatest things you can ask as a leader is to have a group of guys surrounding you that you can depend on.